this is Douglas, December 2018. I don't know how many here. Well, hey, JP Vegas. We just had a change, right? It's 4th of November, and they back last night. Fall back. Well, they're and so many people. And it's hi from you, Harold Joy. Whoa, Joy for your donation. So it is now standard in the United States. The clock, which means instead of 6, increasing 4:30, and tough time of year for many who love the sun. And so what do? Get up early? No, we don't. Not if you go to work. Blue Flag says I'm suicidal. Way. I already hear that. I've done a number of videos on suicide prevention, but I'm going to give you one little clue that if you can just remember the words, it will really help you. Here we go. I'm going to get closer to me so I can reach the word. And here are the words that I want you to think about. First, I have my cursor in the right place. That helps. Let's try this. This to shall pass. Okay, so Blue Fly, the only fundamental law of the universe is change. I don't care what kind of hell you're in, butterfly, right now, it's impermanent. Why? How do I know that? Because I've been suicidal many times. I've been hospitalized 5 times. I've worked with people for 20 years, see them come at the lowest point of their lives, and lo and behold, over time, like the phoenix, they rise again. Where is Julie Hayes when we need her? Here, you guys. Check this out. I haven't shown this to you for a while. This was to me many, many months ago. Douglas, you're an inspiration to me, and thank you for sharing knowledge and experience. Thank you, Hayes, for this incredible symbol of resurrection. And here we are. Uh-oh. Up at this end? Well, maybe I get my mic. Oh, okay. Let me get my mic a little better. Carol Joy, let me know if this is any better, okay? David Holden, breaking up badly. Your voice is out. Okay, so is it better? You guys know. I'll do away with the microphone. It looks like it's pretty good here, but anyway, please let me know if the sound is improving, will you? Noor Najjar, let me know if it's better. Still up? Damn. What can be wrong? I know what might be happening. 1 second. Boy, hold on. Let me turn this back a little bit. This can be a minute. Testing 1, 2. Is this any better? If this is any better, but it's not, I'm going to use the microphone. Oh, you know what? When you move, change it. Okay, so what if I don't move? How? Yeah, so is it now? Anyway, super horrible. I hope it's not. Okay. Okay, let me do this. Give me a second. Okay, now I'm using the computer. Is this any better? How is this? I'm now using the computer mic. It better be better. Anyway, well, how can you rise again? Way better. Okay, great. Well, I got rid of the microphone. Yes, thank you very much. Well, I'm glad we got that fixed. Yeah, so the question is, how can I do better if nobody else around me knows what's going on? Well, the whole point is you need to let other people know. You need to reach out for support. That is one of the main survival strategies for overcoming depression or any difficult issue, and that is that you need to reach out for support and let other people know how you're doing. What are the bad effects of using Prozac for a lifetime? Says Salwa. I don't know of any. My brother's been on it for 25 years. He seems to be okay. This too shall pass. Yep. Okay, so let's get some other questions. Yeah, hardware problem. Okay, we got rid of the mic. That was good. My brother has taken some pills today and had major depression. I'm very worried he has no concrete problem, but he's still very melancholic and having severe anxieties. Asham Ahmed, get your brother help. Make sure he's seeing a mental professional, that he's got social support, and following some of the ideas I share. Hey, Joni? Joan? Can you give me that self-care activities chart? You know, the one, the color one? I'm going to give you some ideas about what your brother can do. Oh, I love your Ike Yam Suffolk King we tutted. This too shall pass. Thanks. So here's a little chart I made that shows all the activities you can do to heal from depression, self-care activities to improve your mood, physical self-care, social support, mental emotional self-care, spiritual connection, lifestyle habits. Yeah, and this is, if you send me your email address, if you email me, I will send this to you. I love sending these free PDF color files to people. And my email address is douglasblock@gmail.com, douglasblock@gmail.com. So, Arcade Cup, hey, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Is mainstream with all these viewers? I wouldn't go mainstream. Sorry about your mom. I'm sorry you're having a panic attack. Why don't you come back? The mic is now fixed. Does someone have a good online community site? Link, please. Just go to Depression. You're talking about like a live chat, like Depression live chat place? I'm not quite sure, but you can. I printed out and put it on my mirror. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, Kushman. Okay, I'll send that to you. I'll definitely send that chart to you. Luis Corrales, Urban, tell your brother sometimes you feel better if you don't try to fight the feelings of physical association of anxiety. The more you try to stop them, the more they persist. That's right. Luis always has great ideas here. Fantastic. Yeah. And what else? Mia Wordsworth, Dorothy. I'm scared though, since I've got Anne who's gone bonkers. You might think I'm like her. Since then, everything's hell, having an anxiety attack and hurting myself. Well, Mia, you need to go out and get some help. Self-harm is a way to respond to intense pain. There are people out there who can help you. In America, we have things called intensive outpatient programs, or IOP. You can sign up for them 6 days a week, 4 to 6 hours a day of group therapy. See if you can find something like that in your end of things. David Holding, always very, very kind and considerate. Yes, does Psych Central have a good live text chat? Thank you very much, Kelger. That's excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, did you hear that, whoever asked for that site? Psych Central is a really, really, really good site. I should get myself listed on there. They do pass, but they also compacts. As to this, David, the trick is not allowing to overpower you, just let them pass like clouds in the sky. It leaves in the stream. David Holden, I said those exact same words. Are you quoting me? Or are you quoting the same Buddhist I studied with? Anyway, nice to see you all here. So, the dark time of the year, it's tough. Please comment on assisted suicide, euthanasia. Sorry for reading this up. What is your opinion on it? In some cases, things cannot be okay anymore, like terminal cancer. Well, the man who saved my life in my 2015 episode had terminal cancer, and he chose death with dignity. He only had 2 months to live anyway. So yes, I think in that case, it's fine. But not if you're depressed. No, that's not terminal. Only if you make it so. Hey, Joan, you know that joke book, the blue joke book? Is it out there, or can you bring it in for me to grab it? You know, with all the jokes in it?
Oh, it's right down here.
Okay, could you grab it for me? That would be great. Yeah, the blue binder. What was the joke I was going to use? God, you need to write these things down when people tell them to you. Oh, thank you. I'm so upset that I can't remember 2 jokes that were told to me by my group members. Thanks, Joan. I'll have to remember them. We got to say something. Okay, it's starting to rain out here. What did the rain clouds wear underneath them? Thunderwear. Okay, what else do we have? They only get counseling. Well, counseling is better than nothing. What about some medication? Have I heard of tianeptine? No, I haven't. What is it? Jody Go, can you be depressed without feeling sad? Yes, you can be very dissociated and be numb. Absolutely. Nicholas River, I noticed diet impacts you badly. I love to exercise and it helps with good nutrition. I still wake up anxiety every morning. Business Secretary, I do understand the relapse. Yes, yes. Well, diet is very, very important. I have a new video coming out next week on happy gut, happy brain, the relationship between your gut health and your brain health. Mindfulness medication pulled you out of a panic attack. Andrew Rich, that's always a good thing to do. Excellent. Thank you again, Carol Joy Wolf, for recommending Psych Central. Thunderwear, love it. Thanks for the joke. I got more of them, but someone sent me something. Okay, well, here's one. Here's one. Okay, anybody? $20, David Holden. My God, you were just so generous. You gave, or 20 pounds, you gave 50 or 100 a couple of months ago. Thank you. You must be a Patreon supporter, right? You got to be. Thank you. So here's the joke. Anybody who lives in the UK, raise their hands like this. I want to see all the people who live in the United Kingdom or Ireland, anywhere in the United Kingdom. Please let me know, because this joke you'll get. The rest of you might not, but here it goes. Why is Ireland a prosperous country? You know, I've heard that with all this focus on technology and computer stuff and IT, the Irish economy is doing well. But do you know why it's really doing well? Here it goes. Ready or not, its capital is always Dublin. So I told that joke to an Irish guy in Australia. He thought it was fantastic. I'll say it one more time. Why is Ireland so prosperous? Its capital is always Dublin. Would anybody like to explain that to the folks who don't need? You see, Dublin is the capital of Ireland, and it's a pun on doubling. And capital also means money, and it's also a pun on capital of Ireland. I think it's very clever. One more time, and then you'll get sick of it. Why is Ireland a prosperous country? Its capital is always Dublin. Okay, that was one of the jokes I was supposed to tell. Kate Butler, I just love that name, Kate. Well, it's not Kate, it's Kai. I had my first good day in 2 years. I was very productive and felt all right. How can I keep the momentum going? One day at a time. Did you do anything differently? Just cross your fingers and do those self-care activities. Carol Joy Wolf liked it. Is this guy still talking? What's chattering on about now? Hey, David Starkweather. Nice to see you again. Yes, Dublin equals Dublin. Very good. Thank you, David Holden. I'm damn scared and anxious currently. What should I do? It's 1:40 IST, which means 11:40 a.m. somewhere. It's late. You should go take a walk around the block. You should deep breathe. If you have a crisis line, you should call the crisis line where you live. Sometimes you can hold your breath and put your face in a sink of cold water. That calms you down. But I would do some deep breathing, square breathing. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4. It's called square breathing. And see if you can, calm yourself down. Otherwise, just take a really good walk. Hopefully, you're seeing a psychiatrist. Sometimes a benzodiazepine like a Klonopin can help when you really panic. Roxanna Sharif liked it. Thanks for cleaning that up for us Yanks. LOL. Yes, I appreciate it, Robert. Well, thank you, Hermans. I'm glad you're popular because you're inspiration to us all. Well, this is a good time. We have 55 people watching. I haven't really done this very much, but I think I really need to now. I heard this on other stations. I wanted to tell you about my Patreon webpage, becoming a Patreon supporter. Patreon is a crowdfunding page that allows YouTube videographers like myself to get a stream of income that helps fund these videos. And when you become a patron, you're not just helping me, you're really helping many people around the world who would not normally be able to get this information if it were not for this channel. Matter of fact, I do have 1.7 million views, so there are millions of people watching this. And it is very important information. And I have to work my butt off and pay people to help me make these videos. And I'm not complaining, I'm doing it for love. But, starting at just $2 a month, you can support this work and not just help me or yourself, but people you haven't even met yet. So I'm going to give you the link right now to go to Patreon. And it's really simple. And it is www.patreon.com, and then you just put / and my first and last name with no spaces, Douglas Block. And there it is. Just go to that site and you'll see, and there are different gifts, rewards for different tiers. $5 you get a free copy of my ebook, $10 you get a free copy of my hardback book, $15, etc., etc. You can read about it. And if you don't want to do something monthly, you can just click on the live chat symbol, the super chat symbol, the $ like David did, or you can essentially send me a donation through PayPal, douglasblock@gmail.com. All right, that was my fundraising break. Does anxiety contribute to depression, or does depression enhance anxiety? Both and, my friend. Arcade cut. Some people get anxious and they can't stop it, so they become depressed. With me, every time I become depressed, anxiety has been a side effect. 80% of the time, they coexist. Can you believe that? 80% of the time. And that's a dollar sign. No, I the wrong one. I'm thinking of dollar signs anyway. Okay, try it again. Let's try the. There we go. 80% of the time, depression and anxiety coexist. They feed off each other. You're absolutely right, David Holden. David Holden, you should be a psychiatrist. You know so much. I started to have two different persons inside of me, says Mia Words. Well, that's okay. I have about 5 or 6 in me. It's the person who likes me, the person who criticizes me, the writer, the author, the teacher, the victim, all that stuff. Colin from England here. New joke for you. What do you get when you cross a chicken with a banjo? A hen that plucks itself. Not too bad. So what do a guitar and a fish have in common? They both have scales. But how is a guitar different than a fish? Well, you can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. Forgive me, God, for I know not what I do. Okay, anyway, that wasn't too bad. My view, so many doctors in Texas do not want to distribute Klonopin even in low doses. What is going on with the psychiatrists in Texas? They don't know what they're talking about. I would not be alive if it weren't for Klonopin. It causes so much to move on without focusing on anxiety. Well, all I know is that when I had anxiety attacks and I was losing it, and I took Klonopin, it basically saved my day. I took it for 9 months, and when I got over the depression, I stopped. No side effects, no withdrawal symptoms, nothing. Oh, somebody thought something was funny. You can't just take the dizzy feeling. Have you gone to a neurologist? You might have something going on in terms of contributing to that, like in your inner ear. Kyron Howard, I'm glad you liked the joke. That was funny. Claire Weeks said, while many people recover from anxiety by developing a strong faith, recovery based on understanding of the brain is easier to grasp for most people. Well, it's both and. Cheyenne Near, I have ADHD. I'm in around late 30s. How to control and live life hassle-free. I'm a great believer in better living through chemistry. There's something called Vyvanse. There's something called Adderall. You should talk with your doctor. Otherwise, there's books on how to basically control ADHD using behavioral techniques. Am I really peddling snake oil and poison, David Starkleather? I don't think so. I take Klonopin bowling as needed. I try other methods like breathing techniques and the practice of mindfulness. Yeah, I think Klonopin only is needed. Exactly. You don't want to take that every day, 3 times a day, like I tell you. I agree in that sense. You should use those very judiciously, but there is a time and a place. I know, Miranda, you have been having a hard time for so much. I want to let you know that what I've told some of my clients to do is, even when you have a hard day, look back and see if you can think of one tiny part of that day where something was right or something was working, where you felt joy or hope, or you ate some ice cream and you felt good, or you talked to somebody and they smiled or something. Try to find something each day, however tiny, to focus on that worked or you're grateful for. That will help to break up the idea of you're just an internal, never-ending pain that has no breaks. Okay, my view, the pharmacies have to report to the main database within 24 hours when they fill this RX. I've been using this needed for 10 plus years, so I have genetic issues with most meds for FDA, okay? Is there a certain amount of time? I like honor. You should spend on antidepressants. You should spend time on them until you feel better, and then if you want to go off, you should talk to your psychiatrist. Some people get off, no problem. Some people get off and they have to use them again. Everybody is so different. I'm glad you're feeling better. Talk to your shrink if you want to make any changes. Rashak Joshi, how can a single panic attack cause chronic anxiety and then depression? Most people just move on, but for me, it was a downward spiral. Well, that can happen if you're on the brink, if you're really vulnerable and something happens. That can be all it takes. The question is, what do you do about it now? And there are ways. There are ways to heal from it. There are many people and many books out there about recovering, including, well, I might as well pitch this. Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. I wrote 18 years ago. Everything I know about depression and recovery is in this book. I want to once again thank David Holden. He's the only person so far who's done a super chat. And I still need to get you that book. Oh my God. Well, some things have come up in my life that I really, too personal to talk about here, but it has really thrown me into havoc. Nicholas Rubio, I haven't taken his Xanax in a month. I'm proud of myself. I've taken Himazo. I don't even know what that is. Could you let me know? Himazole. Hyperthyroidism can cause anxiety. Yeah, that's one of its symptoms, Andrew Rich. You're absolutely right. It basically ramps up your nervous system. You should go to see an endocrinologist. When you're feeling going to something harmful to yourself, when you think you can't go on any longer, boo, time. I'm not quite sure what you're getting at. Yeah, well, they are tough to get off. I agree with you, but if you take them judiciously and only as you need them, I know many people have stopped them. But you're right. Better not to use medication if possible. Dizziness and steadiness is often the last and most stubborn symptom of anxiety to fade as you recover. Well, I guess in your case, I never had that. Thank you. Not looking forward to that. David Stark letter says honor. Okay. Imazole is a natural mood stabilizer versus SSRI. Email me something, will you? What is it? Is it a drug manufactured, or is it something you get out of a tree? Anyway, send me this douglasblock@gmail.com, and much appreciated. That would be really cool. All right. So time for another joke. What the heck, right? Okay, so I remember the one about Dublin. Okay, so that one I'm going to tell in my next video. What else do we have? I have a young person who just, said to me, I didn't like my beard at first, but then it grew on me. That's kind of like the one that says, I wonder why the ball was getting bigger. And then it hit me. All right. Buheim, if you were in psychosis and confused, you'd go to the hospital. That's a very good point. There are herbal alternatives to benzos that also raise GABA if you cannot get out of Xanax. What are those? Luis Morales, I'd like to know. Passion flower tea, valerian root, they are very relaxing. Anyway, venison for dinner. Oh dear. How's that? Why is our dentist depressed? Well, they're always looking down in the mouth. And why did the screwdriver skip? Why did the scarecrow skip dinner? He was already stuffed. Enough puns for right now. I've been taking hydroxyzine for anxiety. What is your opinion on taking this? Well, it's not a benzo. I think it's not addicting. So, from what I hear, it's not bad at all to take. Hold your sign a little bit higher, okay? I will. You're talking about this? douglasblog@gmail.com, my address? Sure. And remember, I have a chart I'd love to send you guys for free on self-care strategies to improve your mood. Nicholas, might as well go just to bed. Do I say any pill isn't much better? Okay. Yeah. So hydroxyzine, I've heard nice things about that. Again, it's not a benzo, and it does help some people relax. So what's going on? I just did a video on Monday. What was it called? I'd rather have physical pain than mental pain. What do you guys think? Would you rather have a headache, or would you rather have a really bad case of suicidal depression? I don't think there's any comparison. And so what I say is that in the body, there are these pain receptors in the finger that move up to your brain, tell yourself you're in pain. Your brain interprets as pain, and you move your hand back. That's a very clear pain pathway. But in emotional pain, in mental pain, there are no clear pain pathways because the brain is too complex. So there's nothing like Novocaine. I got my toenail taken out. They pumped me full of lidocaine. The guy ripped it off with the pliers, and I was fine. Didn't feel a thing. You don't have stuff like that that can take away the pain of a broken heart, and that's why mental health disorders are so tricky to get over. What did the pirate say in his... I'm matey. Oh my God. Where did you get that, David? Oh, that's brilliant. I'm matey. Very funny. Hydroxyzine can help you sleep, but for anxiety it has mild effect. Whoa. Thank you, David. Fluoxetine good for anxiety. What is fluoxetine? Are you talking about Prozac? I'm not quite sure. I'd rather have physical pain. I'm already hurt myself while working. Try not to do it on purpose. You're right, David. It's a personal subjective judgment, but I know many people. Yeah. People are much more likely to harm themselves when they're in psychic pain. It is personal. You're right. Chronic pain is bad, but I've just noticed that emotional and mental pain has a kind of a suffering that is beyond words. Like Bill Styron said, William Styron, I'd rather have my arm cut off without anesthesia than be going through the pain I'm going through now. Finally made it to a live chat, so good to see you live, Douglas. Haley A., how long have you been a subscriber? Have you guys been subscribers? Just go to my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/healing. Whoops, almost got that. I wish I got an A in typing class. Yep, and that's supposed to be an N and not an M. Okay, www.youtube.com/. Okay, so that's how to get the YouTube channel. Subscribe, and you will get notified every time there's a new video or a new live chat. Hit the subscribe button and then the bell to the right of it. Oh, you had horrible restless leg symptoms with antihistamines? Well, maybe you should be taking them. Oh, yeah. Maximus McCullough, I really appreciate your video on anxiety in 2 different types. Can you elaborate? Sure. The first type of anxiety comes from your cerebral cortex right up here, your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of you that can imagine the future and imagine bad outcomes. That's called catastrophizing. The second kind of anxiety is based on something deep within the brain called the amygdala. It's a gland in the middle of the midbrain, and it's the sentinel of fear. So if you see a rope and you think it's a snake, you'll jump back. That's involuntary anxiety, and that cannot be changed but simply by thinking more positively. You need to do something physical, like run or jump, or take an anti-anxiety medication. But the amygdala anxiety is much more difficult to treat because it's something that's out of your control. It's physiological, and you can't consciously not make it happen. You are a proud subscriber. Thank you, Haley. You're right, David. You can't really call it pain because it's not physical. It's not physical, but it sure hurts as much as hell. I mean, every 12 minutes in America, someone takes their life because of that kind of pain you're referring to. Rashid Joshi, does bioidentical hormone replacement therapy help with anxiety? I don't even know what bioidentical hormone replacement therapy is, but it sounds like you're replacing hormones. Sounds like you're stage 3 adrenal fatigue. Was that a naturopath who did that, or was that like a real live endocrinologist? I'd be curious. Thank you. Awesome stuff here. Thank you, Maximus McCullough. Appreciate it. I'm glad you liked that video. There's a lot more of them. I think there's about 200 or so, maybe 230. I have to give you a shout, Doug. You have been going through depression for so long, and you always make it out okay in the end. So far, so good. I'm happy you didn't end your life. Glad you got the help you need. Well, by the grace of God, there were some angels, there were some guardian angels that came my way. And this is why I believe, guys and gals, that if you sincerely set the intention to heal and you ask your higher power, God, the universe, hey, I want to get better, I don't know how, you will be sent angels and people to help you at the 11th hour. I've seen not just myself go through that, but other people. So just cry out to the universe, ask for help, and then be receptive. Mike, you never heard of amygdala anxiety before? I have a high startle reflex. That is the amygdala anxiety. You should check it out in that video I made called How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. Check out Christina Young's video, Anxiety Symptoms and Claims. She overcame agoraphobia through CBT. Yes, someone else told me about her last time. Thank you, Luis. Maybe it was you who told me. Burley Banda, hello from Oklahoma, Tulsa. How's it going? Have you talked to Danielle Kate? How are you feeling? I guess you put the wedding off, haven't you? Yeah, sometimes it's not only worth the effort. Well, it can feel that way, can't it? How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain is the name of the video. After a day, I feel perfect. Every interaction goes perfectly with people. I feel on top of the world. The next day, I crash like Hindenburg bone crash. Why can't I have 2 consecutive days of bliss? Well, because your brain is still not balanced yet. It's still not regulated. So you're still kind of in it, in whatever it is, the depression, the bipolar. I'm not quite sure what your diagnosis is, but when the brain becomes more stable, you can put together 2 good days. Amygdala fear stores memories of fear, usually of childhood. That's right, Luis, but sometimes it's just a high-strung nervous system. Haley, David Stark brother, hang in there. Maybe each Sunday you can look forward to the live chat. About a year ago, David was like a regular, like the most regular viewer of live chats. He was on here all the time giving out some pretty good information. So I'll write the name of the I'll write the name of the video that you want to watch, okay? Remember that super chat button, that $sign, you know, even £1 or £2 or $1 or $2 would be helpful. Thank you. And that's the name of the video you want to look at. Hey, Joni? Well, never mind, I have it. I was looking for my little... So again, all you out there, medication has never helped me, so I had to put together a body, mind, spirit recovery program. Here it is summarized in this 8.5 by 11 color chart, listing all the self-care activities to improve your mood that I know of. So email me, I'll send you a free copy of this chart. I'd love to. I hope you can see it. Thank you, Arcade Cup, 99 cents. I'll take it. From Green Bay, Wisconsin. How are the Packers doing this year, by the way? Thank you, Boheim. Appreciate your $1 contribution. Very nice, you guys. You're making a difference, believe me. Pearly Bonnet, they told me I have PTSD finally. I'm in therapy. I'm doing better, but pregnancy didn't help a lot. I'm back to ruminating and scared. My DR, depression, derealization is going horrible, but I'm strong. This too shall pass. I keep saying you're right. Did you say you had another baby? How many? I think you have about 3 or 4 children, don't you? Please hang in there. Honor says that. You're getting a lot of support, David. Excellent. Roxana Shreve. Depression stops you from being creative. I don't feel depressed, but I must still be in it. I can't get creative like I used to be. Art and music are a struggle. Absolutely. You know, Robert Schumann, the great composer, he had bipolar disorder. During 1845, when he was manic, he did about 30 different compositions. In 1846, when he was depressed, nothing. All of my books, all of my inspiration have come after I've emerged from a depressive episode. When I've been in them, I have not been able to write a single word. I've been writing since 1978, so that's exactly 40 years I've been writing, and I've had 3 major depressive episodes since then, and during those periods, I was worthless when it came to being creative. But fortunately, I came out of them, and, you know, where's Julie when we need her? And still I rise. What goes down must come up. Believe me, people, I have seen this for 50 years. I've witnessed it myself and others. You must believe you're going to rise again. Just like that good old phoenix bird from mythology. I'm pregnant. Yes, I have 4 beautiful kids, 15, 14, and 5 and 2. So it sounds like you're going to have 5 beautiful kids. Wow. That's a lot of economic responsibility. Maxim's call. Well, I know my anxiety comes on all of a sudden. I could be doing anything, watching TV or talking to someone. Many doctors, but it could not pinpoint it. I only tranquilize and help. But that's exactly right. You have amygdala-based anxiety. It's unconscious. It comes out of nowhere. It's really bad. That's what I had in 96, 97, and I had to take Klonopin every now and then as needed. But eventually, when the depression went away, the anxiety went away. Debbie, I have nothing to look forward to. Lately, just getting out of bed and having a shower brushing my teeth is difficult. I know. You've been going through this for a while. You were in Japan when I first met you. Are you in Ireland now? Any medications helping? Any therapy helping? Tell me what you're doing to try to help yourself. Maximus, anxiety pops up when you least expect it. It's the result of an upregulated nervous system. You're right, but Luis, I have people in my group who are musicians, and before they get on stage, they're really nervous. So it pops up on a regular basis. It's called performance anxiety. You know what they take? They take a beta blocker called propranolol, and it's actually used for stage fright, but it also can be used for anxiety. So all you folks out there who are listening and watching who have anxiety that's not helping, go talk to your doctor about a beta blocker and see what he or she thinks. Fight or flight, you're right, but see, what propranolol does is it lowers your heart rate. And when you're in a fight or flight mode, your respiration increases, your heart rate increases, you're wired. So again, I am not prescribing over the internet. I am not an MD, but I can certainly recommend that you talk to MDs about certain ideas without telling you to do them directly. So what it is a beta blocker. It's used for blood pressure, which I have high blood pressure. And has anyone ever used this for anxiety, propranolol, something like that? Has anyone ever used it? I know people with stage fright who use it. And yeah, stage fright or interview is healthy times of anxiety, but sometimes people get overwhelmed when they're musicians and they need something. But I've known people who've had lifelong anxiety disorders who have used propranolol. Yeah, fight or flight, Maximus. So you know what in my video I say? When you feel that, go outside and ride your bike up Rocky View. Channel that energy into something physical. Your muscles are tense. They want to do something. They either want to fight or they want to flee. Put that into exercise. Get on your bike, jumping jacks. Get on your elliptical. Go work out at the gym. Lift weights. Go on the treadmill. Do anything you can to channel that nervous energy into something physical, 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 physical. That's the only way I got out of it. So try that. It worked for me. Marin W. I left Japan in April, moved to Ireland in May. I have serious financial problems, so can't afford any medical help. What about the NHS, National Health System? Can they do anything? I recall you're married to someone from England. Is that still the case? LA, sometimes I feel like I'm either fighting or flying or fleeing or fighting, just sleepwalking. Well, there you have it. Definitely exercise because you're full of adrenaline. That's exactly right, Luis Corrales. That's exactly what I've been saying. The adrenaline has to get discharged somewhere, and exercise gives you a way to discharge it. All right. So I've told this joke before. It's from some of you have heard it, but I like telling this joke. It's from Joel Osteen, the minister in Houston. So, a lot of famous musicians have died in small plane crashes. I will not go on a small commuter plane for nothing. Private planes, they're not as safe as the big 747. So there was a plane and it started to take a nosedive. It was going down. There were 4 people on the plane, but only 3 parachutes. The first person said, "I am a leading heart specialist. My patients need me." He grabs the first parachute and he jumps out. The second guy on the plane says, "I am a rocket scientist, the smartest man in the world. My country needs me." Takes the second parachute, jumps out. Now there's 2 people left, the Pope and the 10-year-old boy. The Pope says, "Son, I'm 80 years old. I've lived a good life. I've done the right thing. I'm going to see Jesus in heaven. You take that parachute." The Pope says, "Don't worry." The 10-year-old boy says, "Don't worry, Pope. You see, we still have 2 parachutes left on the plane. The guy who said he was the smartest man in the world, he just jumped off the plane with my backpack. Pride goeth before the fall." Anyway, I think that's a cute joke. So when you jump out of planes, make sure it's not a backpack. All right. Juan Facundo Linares. I used propranolol successfully for anxiety. It stops tremor, agitation. Whoops, I got to read this. Hold on. It's going too fast here. Yeah, I've used propranolol for anxiety. It stops tremor, agitation, physical sense of nervousness, and the voice. Very good, benign drug for me. Well, that's what I'm saying. You feel dazed because you've had anxiety for so long. You have what clearly refers to as a tired brain. The nervous system is exhausted. I used to be a star athlete. Well, hard to get out. Do your best. So my parents, husband's family. Well, at least you got your husband. You got another human being who cares about you with you. That's that's a lot more than some people have. Try to count your blessings if possible, but I'm not going to minimize the suffering you're going through. All right. Well, it does sap your energy. You're right, David, but it's profound on those. But it's better than hitting yourself in the head and jumping off a cliff. Anxiety gives a rough. rush of adrenaline, physical exercise depletes it. You're right. You could be right, says Haley Louise Corrales. Pearly Bandit, it's not that he forgot just so many messages. Oh, what did I forget, Pearly Bonda? You're right. I have like 50 people watching. It's hard to keep up. After feeling the fight or flight chronically, you become depleted, and other symptoms like derealization, dizziness, and brain fog creep in. All right, I'm going to try to find Pearly Bonda's message again. It must be up here in somewhere. All I know is that wow, Perla, somebody was going to end their life with a gun? And who is that? Who are you referring to? It's not yourself, is it? Was going to end her life with a gun and went live. Since that today, my anxiety is crazy. Wanted to help her. Okay, so I'm not quite sure who you're referring to, Pearly Bonda, in terms of a person wanting to end their life. So if you could let me know, I would be more than happy to, answer your question. I hope it wasn't you. I see you're in a support group on Facebook that has helped, but today something sad happened. A 14-year-old girl went on there saying she was pregnant, she was raped, and they judged her so bad. Oh, she said she wanted to end her life. What a horrible thing. I mean, social media could be just really piss poor. I have a video called "This Facebook Making You Depressed." Well, go back on Facebook, Pearl, then, and tell that girl that you love her, that you believe in her. Thank you for that super chat donation, £5. I don't know who it was, but maybe it was Andrew. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, yeah, Perla, go ahead and get back on Facebook. Oh, Nicholas Rubio, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Where do you live, Nicholas? I've been wondering. Yeah, so Facebook, it's a pseudo community. It's better to hang out with friends if you have them, or go to the YMCA or do something with real people. Also, when you go to Facebook, you say, "Oh, look at these people. Their lives are great. They're doing this, they're doing that." What you don't know is that their electrical bill just got turned off. The power got turned off. They might have a child who's on drugs. Facebook, people only project their best out there. You don't really know how they're doing. So, love yourself, care for yourself, reach out to other people, and try to make changes within your immediate community. All right, if you cannot get out and run, try some simple stretches, classical stretches, a Gold show on PBS and YouTube. Wow, didn't even know that. David Starkliff says, for me, it's either taking pills and sleep all the time or finding a way to live with it. I get sick of sleeping all the time, so yeah, finding a way to live with it's a better idea. Andrew Rich says, I'm going to do exercise and meditation, not bad. Well, it's 43 minutes after the hour. I have to get off 5 minutes early. I'm going to do my regular exercise or bike ride, so we've got about... what have we got here? We've got 12 minutes left. Again, I want to recommend, if you haven't already seen it, my book, Healing for Depression. You can get it on Amazon, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood, a Body, Mind, and Spirit Recovery Program. It's been in print for 20 years. Hopefully it will continue to be in print when I'm no longer on the planet. Well, don't be morbid, Doug, but I am turning 70, right? God, when I was 18, I thought of a 70-year-old. I thought about somebody sitting in a rocking chair. Well, not quite yet. And then anybody who gives a $5 Patreon donation, you get the ebook of my first memoir, and I think it's the best thing I've written. When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Depression. I wrote this right after my episode ended, and I just poured my soul into it. There's a prayer for going through a dark night of the soul right here. I will send this prayer for free to anybody who emails me. I said this prayer over and over again when I was at my wit's end and suicidal, and it helped me through. So just send me an email and I'll send you this prayer. And it's douglasblock@gmail.com. And by the way, here's the Patreon website if you want to go there and become a subscriber. www.patreon.com/DouglasBlock. All right. How far bike ride? Usually 15 or 20 miles. I went to the zoo the other day, says David Holden, but they only had one animal. It was a big dog. It was a Shih Tzu. I've heard those, but I don't really. I've heard of them. On Facebook, a lady opened up. It was awesome. Opened up and did what? Then Rich is kind of vague. Shih Tzu. Shih Jehizu. I don't get the joke, but obviously I missed it because Haley A got it. Carol Joy Wolf, you're back again. I'm Rich. I ride a bike. It helps with anxiety, makes me feel like a kid again. I ride about an hour a day. You are amazing, Carol Joy Wolf. Yay! Good self-care, right? Excellent. The top of this list, right here. What does it say at the very top of physical self-care? It says exercise, the best thing you can do. Oh, enjoy a coffee. Thank you, Roxanne Sharif. Although, Shitsu, I think. All right. Well, maybe it was. Thanks, Robert. Sorry for giving me away that pun. You know, if you go to Starbucks, even £5 won't buy you a cappuccino, but an Americano, I think I can get for under $5. Thanks for the coffee. It helps me stay awake and make these videos. Luis Corrales, once again, you must be a PhD psychologist. Panic keeps you jolting you awake. No, it's a very, very common symptom. It will fade away as you recover it and stop fearing it, horrible as it is. My joke shall last on Douglas, which makes him funnier to me. Hey, I don't know what shit to do. Why it's the only dog? I don't get it. My whole family has depression, says Maggie May. My grandfather committed suicide. My aunt has attempted suicide, and my daughter's committed suicide. What? Oh my God, Maggie May, I am so sorry that your family has been through so much suffering. You know what? Honor your daughter. Don't do what she did. People love you. People care about you. You know, I have so many videos on this that will really be helpful. One of them that I want you to watch right after we get off this live chat is I want you to watch this. It's the title of my new book, by the way. Go check that out, and also remember these words, will you? Thank you, my viewer. I appreciate that. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. $10 from my view, and I don't even know where you live, but $10, not £10. Some of you live in the UK. Anyway, this too shall pass. So Maggie May, hang in there, my friend. You can call. Where do you live? Because there's a 1-800 crisis line in America, 1-800-273-TALK, and you can anytime you feel like you're losing it, call that number. I want to find Maggie. Swimming helps. Yeah, that's good. I want to find Maggie May again. Here he is. My whole family has depression. It's okay to think about it, Maggie May. Suicidal ideation is very common. Please do not act on it. Do you have people around you can call? Do you have a suicide prevention line? Do you have a therapist? Let me know. Please email me. I'll give you all the help I can. I just know so many people who have lost hope and have come back. So yeah. Molly Blair, I love your little emojis. Nice. Nice donations, everyone. Thank you. Well, David, you started. You are one generous guy. Trying everything to the left of my moon, being a member of a church council, making songs, but nothing changed. What else can I do? Well, the zoo only had one animal, so it was shit. Okay, thank you, One Claire Lou. Hey, One Claire Lou, guess what? Guess what I'm doing, One Claire Lou? Whoops. Fisherman's Friends from England that you sent me. Still taking them. So, by the way, Mia Wordsworth. I know this is controversial, but have you ever heard of something? This is the method of last resort. I know I'm going to get a little bit of flack for this. Have you ever heard of something called ECT, electroconvulsive therapy? Yeah, David Sarper, the Shih Tzu. Now I got it. It only had one animal, so it was Shih Tzu. Not too bad, actually. But anyway, has anyone ever heard ECT, electroconvulsive therapy? I have a guy I'm coaching, a 21-year-old in Connecticut. He has a friend, his age, a young gal, 21, who had it 3 different times and got her out of a suicidal depression she had for 6 years as a teenager. It's drastic. You induce an electrical grand mal seizure in the brain. I had it in January of 2016. It saved my life. So, again, I'm not saying you should get it. Is it really good? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Scott Power, nice to hear from you again. No, ECT it has about a 70% success rate. It's very controversial because of one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Trust me, guys. You've trusted me. You're subscribing to my channel. You're watching me. My mother, myself, a doctor in my group, Kitty Dukakis, the wife of presidential, hopeful Michael Dukakis, the governor of Massachusetts. Many famous people. Sherwin Nuland, a very famous surgeon who wrote a book called How He Died. All these people. Dick Cavett, the radio personality. William Styron, who wrote Darkness Physical. I can rattle off 20 people who I know or know of who have done ECT and it's helped them. Is it with risk? Of course, everything has risk. Crossing the street has risk. But if you're at the end of the rope, it's worth trying. You can have some short-term memory loss, but it doesn't affect your long-term memory. TMS clinical trials throughout the U.S. My view, you're a little behind the time. TMS is now an approved therapy in the United States of America. The Menninger Clinic in Houston has it. There are TMS places all around the country. How do I know? Because 5 of my clients are doing it. So transcranial magnetic stimulation, I have a video on it. Check it out. It's safe, it's benign, and it's worth trying. You're right. You're right. Don't stay in bed. Get up and walk around. I have a video. I have so many videos. That's good, David. You're trying to go through all the options first. Look up Peter Breggin. Of course, Peter Breggin is anti-psychiatry. I would not. Yeah. Well, Peter Breggin has an axe to grind, my friends. So anyway. Maggie Beeler, I started watching your video with my depression and anxiety. You've given me hope again. Well, great. Hope is really important. Second person is on propranolol. Q Vegas 773. It helps great with my anxiety. Why don't psychiatrists use this instead of the benzos, which people say are hard to get off of? Propranolol has been around forever and is cheap. Yes, I know. After 9 months of suffering, the person becomes very tired of pushing through. Here's my first cough. It means I'm about to get off. I've had a bad cold, but for 52 minutes and 47 seconds, I held off coughing. So, Cindy, I know it's tough, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I know he's a psychiatrist, David Stockford. I've read Peter Breggin. I've read his stuff. I know many people have. I know he's a psychiatrist, so he's just out of the mainstream. Anyway, you live in Missouri. I've been seeing a psychiatrist and therapist for the last 32 years. Serenable, nice to see you again. Yes, Valium can be tough to get off of. Look up my video on TMS. Will you please, Maggie May? Just look up the video. This is not like ACT. This is not controversial. This is a very mild type of electromagnetic therapy that I know is available in Missouri. Except I can't spell it. Okay, we'll try one more time if that doesn't work. Okay, so we hit the all caps button. All right. One day at a time, Maggie May. Absolutely. Transcranial magnetic stimulation, also known as TMS. If you've been struggling for 32 years, try this. There's always something that can help. I can't keep thinking the empty feeling can't get any worse, and yet somehow it finds a way. I'm sorry about that, Scott. TMS is worth trying. It's helped my friends in Australia. No, mainstream doesn't mean it's right. There's a lot of mainstream beliefs that are not correct. You're absolutely right. I agree with you, David, but I have been in the field since I've been 18. I'm 69. All I can tell you is my experience with myself, my mother, my clients, my friends, that electroconvulsive therapy is helpful for many people. All I can share is my experience. Senator Roll says dose omega-3 and Valium and vitamin C to get off Valium. Okay, that might work. Well, thank you, Nicholas. It's not really about my being more helpful than the therapist. Therapists can be very helpful. Everybody, we need all the help we can get when we're depressed and we're lost. We all need help, and there's help out there. 150 treatments after insurance team asks why getting the NEST trials might help. I don't know what the NEST trials are, but uh, so you're saying it's only $150 for treatment? That's not so bad considering it costs a lot more without insurance. Therapy in which you just tell them your problems is not as useful as therapies like exposure therapy and PMS. You're right, but sometimes talk therapy can be helpful to some people. Can I try anything else? Something I do it with myself without knowing anybody? And what are you talking about, Mia Wordsworth? Doing what? I'm not quite sure. Does cognitive behavioral therapy help severe anxiety? Yes, it does, Maggie. That's what I talked about in my video, how to rewire your anxious brain. There's a book called Rewire Your Anxious Brain that talks about that. CBT is very good for anxiety, but helping you to dismiss futurizing thoughts of catastrophe. And look up Claire Weeks and look up that other woman whose name I already forgot. I think she's Asian, but someone, I'm going to look it up. Someone gave it to us on this super chat, on this live chat. Okay, so yes, CBT can help with severe anxiety. Well, we have 3 minutes left. It's actually past the time. It's 56 minutes, and I also have a painful hip. So sitting here for an hour without moving, I am really kind of fought through the pain to be here for you guys. Very hard to find good help in Missouri. It takes months to get in. I personally had a terrible experience and turned to YouTube. Thank goodness for these live tests. Well, thank you, Cindy. I'm really sorry that Missouri is tough. Oregon is great. Robert Sorry says, I hear you, Scott. Okay. David, I will look at the studies against ECT. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate it. Well, before we go, one more possibility of a super chat. Remember Patreon. My view per treatment of 30 sessions, minimum of $4,500 out of pocket after my insurance. There's a NEST trial with TMS. I'm not quite sure what NEST stands for, but it sounds you should looks like you should try it. Forgiving my mom erased years of severe depression. Forgiveness is a powerful tool. Absolutely. Yeah, no, forgiveness is lovely. Thank you, Hellier. Thank you for all of you for being here. Again, if you want a free copy of my chart, you can write me at douglasblog@gmail.com. And if you want to become a supporter of Patreon, go to www.patreon.com/DouglasBlock. Well, I hope we in America get used to the fact that we turn the clocks back. It's going to get dark at 5 o'clock. That's awfully early, so I better make hay while the sun shines because the sun is out. We'll see you in 2 weeks, which is what is today? The 4th, so we'll see you on the 18th. And then on the 12th, I'm going to be, a week from Monday, I'm going to be posting a video called, I'll tell you the name right now. It's really important information. The gut is the second brain. It's called Happy Gut, Happy Brain. So I hope you guys are all taking your probiotics and eating beans and other foods with fiber that create probiotics. We're going to learn all about how diet can help your mood and your brain health on November 12th, 2018. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. You guys can chat for the next 5 minutes and have a good week. We're getting towards Thanksgiving. Gratitude is a very powerful strategy for healing from depression. And where did 2018 go? That's what I want to know. It just passed really quickly. Everyone keep fighting. Yes, Scott Power, hang in there. Hang in there. Okay, Mia's Worth, Dorothy, 719, please read. It looks like you sent me an email. Thanks a lot. Yes, there's more research leading bacteria to mood. Of course, Louis Corrales, there's tons of it. David Holden, I love you all. I love you all, says David. Thank you. You're a great man. Scott, all you guys. And what's going on? My phone is ringing, but I can't find it. Oh, it's actually one, isn't it? Hey, Rashi Joshi became a $5 member. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I owe you, not I owe you, but the world owes you thanks for becoming a Patreon subscriber, helping these videos get out to, we actually have 130,000 views a month. Do the math, right? What is that? 4,500 views a day or something like that? That's a lot of people tuning into this channel. So Thank you for making that possible. Best wishes. Again, the next date is going to be November 18th, 2 weeks from today. And one more time, I say, until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much.